I'm Jane Applegath. This is the Epic Vision Zone. What if you could defy aging and make time work for you instead of against you? And what if the secret to feeling 10 years younger was already within your reach and backed by science? Lucille Ball famously said, "The secret to staying young is to live honestly, to eat slowly, and to lie about your age." Dr. Pajunen is a renowned biohacking coach, scientist, and age reversal expert. She's not just changing lives, she's rewriting the rules of aging. From cutting edge wearables and AI tools to the newest ingestibles, supplements, and natural custom wellness protocols, Dr. Pajunen helps people feel better than they did a decade ago. Her book, Biohacking, A Way to a Better You, Look and Feel Better Than You Did 10 Years Ago. She explores hormone balance, intermittent fasting, anti-aging breakthroughs, and more, all backed by 500 plus research studies. Her clients are everyday people tired of fatigue, brain fog, aching joints, and feeling like their bodies are giving up on them while their brains are telling them that it's time to reclaim their vitality. With a PhD in automatic control systems, 15 US patents, and decades of teaching at top universities like UCLA, Dr. Pajunen brings science, strategy, and heart to everything she does. She is here to tell us what we can do today to reverse aging by sharing her extraordinary work that showcases that aging is no longer a one-way street. Welcome, Dr. Pajunen. Thank you for joining us here today.
Well, it is so honored. I am so honored to be here with you and to share our experiences and our knowledge with your listeners.
Well, thank you. The pleasure is all of ours. And I am so interested. Your background is fascinating, by the way. What an accomplished individual that you are. And you have a PhD in automatic control systems. So, what inspired you to do the work that you do today in biohacking, a way to a better you?
Well, Jane, number one, we are not getting any younger. But so I was always interested in optimizing, the way we age. But also, I understood since I was very young that our body is much more powerful than we really utilize it. And I was always looking for the ways how to find a way to optimize it, to optimize everything what we are doing because it's automatic control systems, right? That was my area, but I wanted to apply it also to our everyday lives and very practical ways to so that we can live because we are living longer and longer, but living in health shorter and shorter. So that means that the last years they are not the best. And this is not how we were designed. We were designed to live in health, enjoying our lives to the end of our lives.
Mhm.
And what happened was actually that I shipped was, I would say, pure accident, although accidents don't exist, right? However, that was not designed by me because what happened was my husband had a problem with his shoulder and he
Mhm.
was not able to lift this arm without the help of the other arm, was totally not able to move it. And when he went to the doctors told him that it's too damaged for any surgery, that the only way, he has only two solutions basically. Either the joint replacement or live
Mhm.
with pain to the end of his life. And he said, okay, and if I do the joint replacement, can I water ski? Can I lift weights? And they said, absolutely not. So he said, I'm not doing it, because I don't want to be an invalid, basically, in his mind. So, so he didn't do it. And this pain was unbearable. He couldn't sleep at night. He was on painkillers. And you know what painkillers do to your body on a long term. And he couldn't find the right position. He was always troubled. So we started looking for the solution, and it came to us from our neighbor. She said that she had a problem because she was born with arthritis, and although she is coming from a pretty rich family, she tried everything what is on the market to stop that illness, including traditional medicine, including alternative medicine, including everything she could find, and everything stopped a little bit, slowed down the process, but nothing really helped. So that she could say, now I'm fine. So she already had both his hips replaced, and she was sitting on a wheelchair waiting for the knee replacement in terrible pain all the time. And her massage therapist told her about the amazing nutraceutical that helps a lot of his clients. And she said, I already tried so many things. I don't want anything to give me hope. But she said, is it any side effect? And he said, no side effects. She said, okay, give it to me. It's not going to work. But unfortunately, in few months, from a person who couldn't walk, from a person who was hiding and walking only at night because she was so ashamed how she walks, to a person who was starting teaching yoga again in several months. So she came to my husband. She was our neighbor. She came to my husband and said, Alan, try it, because that's the only thing that helped me. My husband, very skeptical. No, it's a snake oil. That's impossible, impossible. So, but he had no choice again. He was like in the corner. And finally he said, okay, give it to me. It's only money. It's not going to work. And the first month it didn't work. The second month, the pain was bigger. And now I understand why. I can explain later. And the third month, he calls me into the kitchen. He said, oh my God, look, my arm is moving. He could take, by accident, he took milk out of refrigerator with this arm. And then in about few more months, he said, listen, I feel like I have a brand new shoulder. And Jane, that was 14 years ago. Until today, he feels like he has a brand new shoulder and never did any replacement, anything, no discomfort. So he told me, you are a scientist, so look into that, because that was a scientist for so many years. So I pull up clinical studies. We have 37 clinical studies, 7 years international patents. So I reviewed and I said, wow, that's amazing. So when I reviewed this, and I said, we have something incredible. So he said, we need to help people. This is our obligation. So I said, okay. I grabbed this bottle. I went to the orthopedic center because I was that naive scientist. I said, of course they would be happy to learn that I have the third method. And CEO closed the door and he said that they never allow, because I said, the only thing I want is to give a lecture so that people know they have the third method to consider. He said, no, we are not going to allow it. Here the doctors are interested in performing surgery. I couldn't believe what I'm hearing. So I said, okay. So in this case, I don't care. I have a talent and I use it. I will tell anybody who wants to listen that they have a third solution. And what they do after this, it's up to them. It's their body, it's their decision. But they deserve to know. So that was 14 years ago. And from there on, of course, I developed the whole method, because it's not like you can sit on the sofa, eat donuts, and drink or eat, have some one pill and everything will transform in your life. It's not going to happen like that. So we developed the entire system. And that's why I wrote this book. So for people to be able to transform, and it works, and we have
Mm.
amazing track. We work with a lot of people who had amazing transformations, and that makes me happy. So this is how the transformation from my research in electrical engineering went to the research in this anti-aging field.
Right. Wow. Thank you for that story. It absolutely was meant to be because, like you said, my husband hurt his shoulder, but that was something or someone who said, you need to share this with the world. And so incredible. Well, I know that there's biohacking strategies that you talk about, and so give our audience some insight then into biohacking and how it can improve someone's health and longevity. For example, what is biohacking? You hear the word often today, but a lot of individuals aren't aware of what it really is.
Uh, it can be understood many different ways, but the way I want to explain to people is optimizing your your lifestyle and optimizing your body for optimal performance, basically,
Mm.
so that you mentally, physically uh, perform on the highest possible level. That's basically it. How to do that so that you do not degenerate. But every day, just imagine, Jay, every year, instead of being 1 year older, you became 1 year younger. How that sounds, right? And so I applied to myself. We were doing with my son, many people also with us, and I measure. I Everything is for me is must be proven. So I measure biomarkers.
Mm.
So based on biomarkers, uh, my chronological age is will be this year 74, right? And there is
Mm.
absolutely nothing I can do about it. I was born at Saturday, and that's it. And but based on biomarkers, I am 58. So am I 74 or am I 58? And actually, if I use the scale, which is not so reliable, the scale says that I am only 40. And when
Okay.
I go to classes, when we exercise, I go with girls who are 30, 40, and I can do exactly the same things as they are doing.
Mm.
Walking for me, the for a level, 4 stairs, there is no problem. Going for a hiking trip, there is no problem, right? So, as a matter of fact, um, one time we went for the cruise, and there was a one excursion, and I didn't notice that it was for 65. You cannot sign up for this cruise because it's too dangerous, right? We didn't notice that. So we sign up, and that was necessary to jump in the waterfalls, I
Mm.
have no problems. And later on, we found out that actually I shouldn't go because I'm too old to go for that cruise, for the excursion. So what is really at this moment happening, and that's what I want you, the guys, to understand, that the people will tell you that you are 65, so you shouldn't be able to do this. You are 70,
Mm.
you shouldn't be able to do this, right? You are put in the boxes that, like for example, when you are 70, my bones, I should have problems with my bones. That's pretty normal. And no,
Mhm.
it's not normal. It should be exception. The normal should be that you have fine bones, that you can move, that you live without discomfort. This is normal. Everything else should be exception to the rule. And this is
Mhm.
kind of reversed right now. And we can, I mean, I am not saying it's easy, but the earlier you start, because prevention is always easier than reversing. So
Mm.
the earlier you start, the better. So what is biohacking? So this is for what is in the book. So there are many chapters. So it is, first of all, we have a mind-body connection. You have practical strategies because there is a connection. What you think influences your body. So so this is very, very important. Then the role of nutrition. 90% of things that they are selling of the supermarket in the supermarket
Mm.
is no food.
Mhm.
So, and then the people say, "Oh, I have heard that keto diet is the best. Oh, I have heard that vegan diet is the best. Oh," and they try to implement to their bodies where everybody is different and you have to listen to your body. And I tell you how many people harm themselves with a vegan diet because they have to have a lot of knowledge to implement that correctly, even if they want to do it.
Mhm.
So, keto diet, Mediterranean diet, this diet, that diet. So I give you here examples of those diets. However, you have to understand your body will tell you if this is good for you or not. And you have to listen to your body because every single person is different. The next is physical activity. How many times we have to move. We are designed to move. If you don't move, you are not going to feel good. That's it. And we sit by the
Mm.
computer, at work and so many people tell me, but you don't understand, I have no time,
Mm.
right? I
Yeah.
hear it many times. So here is few examples what you do, like high interval training. So what you do, half a minute, very fast. Let's say you go to the pool, or let's say you just walk. So for half a minute you do very fast, and then slower, and then very fast. Few times like this, you already move your heart, everything, and it's phenomenal. Or let's say you are at work and you have a break, you can go to the bathroom, right? So let's say every time you go to the bathroom, you do 20 or 30 squats. What about
Mm.
that? So maybe you can have 100 squats a day. Do you know what a huge difference it can make? Just that, or maybe you can get squat on one leg or another leg, so you can even put chat GPT and say, give me some very quick exercises that would optimize my body, right?
Right.
And it will give you. But you have to have awareness that you don't have to go for 2 hours to gym to
Right.
really be. You can, but you actually is too much. But anyhow, according to my opinion. But 3 times a week would be perfect. But you have to know you need to have aerobic, so something fast and moving. You have to have stretching, and you have to have strength, because with the age, your muscles are getting weaker and weaker, and this
Mm.
one you will lose balance later on. You will lose, muscle tone and everything. So you need to be aware of those things. And if you are aware, the solutions will come. Then sleep optimization. Again, yes, you can use all the tracking of the sleep. You can become fanatic of that, but you don't have to. The only thing you need to know is that going to sleep earlier, because before 12, it's much more quality, better quality of your sleep, you have to understand that the cleansing the lymphatic system from your head, you need to be cleansing this. If you don't, then you may have some problems, and that mainly happens, earlier at night. So it's better, the production of serotonin, of everything. So you have to understand certain things. Knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is power. But first you have to have a knowledge. So then you have hormone optimization. Again, a lot of women try to get hormone replacement therapy to look young, right? It's up to them. Of course, I am not here to tell you what to do. However, what about instead of working on two hormones, you work on all of them and optimize all of them naturally? So you can have herb supplements that work on all hormones together and optimize them and remove all these negative symptoms of menopause or other stuffs, right?
Right.
So I am after here, and in general, I am after empowering your body to produce serotonin or to produce dopamine or to produce, these hormones what we need by your body, empowering. For example, GLP-1, right, from Ozempic. You can hurt yourself because side effects, everybody knows they are side effects. But what about empowering your body to naturally produce GLP-1? What about that?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
this is something which people do not realize that they can do, and they can. Our body is created to repair itself. Our body, and it's scientifically proven. I mean, one research in some research at Harvard Medical School, right, by Sinclair, on the mice. It's proven that the information about youth is stored in our body.
Mm.
The only thing we need to access it.
Right.
If people are realizing that, so why don't we access it? Because we have to optimize our environment, we have to cleanse. So we have to first ask yourself a question: what makes us age? And
Mm.
just address everything one step after the other, and then just track the progress, go in the right direction, and be aware. Awareness is number one.
Yes,
And believe
absolutely.
and believe that you can. And you can. Everybody can. Is it easy? Yes and no. I mean, is the change of thinking. And unfortunately, we can't do everything at the same time. So that's why it's a book with 500 references here, like stress management. One thing. Again, you can get some pills. You can, people are depressed. They can go and hurt themselves, or they can use something that naturally stimulates your body to produce serotonin. You know that 90% of serotonin is produced in our gut. So if
Mm.
our gut and microbiome is not in order, you will have depression, because there is a connection between gut and brain, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So this is something simple, but but it's not implemented correctly, then you can hurt. So one principle which I apply is, if this is in any way, this method going to hurt you, possibility of hurting you, if not, you try it, do it, you know so basically, the what makes us age, is, let's what I am taking care, and they are probably more things, but for me, the most important would be number one, inflammation,
Hmm.
putting down inflammation. Because it is like you have a beautiful house and suddenly it's in fire. So you have to put that fire down, and that fire is inflammation. Then you have to start rebuilding it. So we have to have materials to rebuild that house, right? But
Hmm.
before we can build it, we have to clean it,
Hmm.
because the workers are able to get in the house if there is a clutter all around, right? So this is the same like our body, because
Right.
I believe personally that we are spirits that have a body, and we need to take care of this body. This is something that it's so important to take care of it. And some people take care more of their house or their
Hmm.
car, of their body. And that has to change if you want to enjoy this life. Because if
Yeah.
you do not maintain the house at all, if you never clean it, if you never maintain it, what will happen after several years, right?
Hmm.
That, and people don't think about it until it breaks. And then, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I get this, I'm sick with this and sick with this. And then take all the medication, which even makes it the whole thing worse.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Those are such key points, doctor. The individuals, and unfortunately in North America, I find that people do care more about their houses, their cars. They'll maintain their car because it's their way of getting places, and et cetera, et cetera. But we have to start becoming much more aware. And the science today is helping us with that, because in medical school, the unfortunate part is that feeds the pharmaceutical industry. It's all connected. But nowadays we have sciences proving all of these, what you've just mentioned, all these incredible strategies. But individuals have to want to do this, and it doesn't have to be hard, like you said. It can be simple things. It's just we have to change our perspective on how we want to approach our lives, because I agree 100% with you. Movement is everything. The young people today are going to be in for a shock, because unfortunately they are being trained to be in front of the computer, to be sedentary. We have to get them out. But I was just reading recently about schools in Japan, and they actually have trained nutritionalists that come in, that talk to the children about the food that they are being served every day, and the value that it has to their body. And the food has to be prepared fresh every day. It cannot, even the sauce can't be from a package. But they have made that a priority in their culture, and there is no obesity in their culture. And the children learn from an early age that this isn't just something, oh, my body is here to just carry me through life. No, my body is here I need to maintain it. I need to take care of it. And these are some of the steps that I need to be aware of and to do. So, absolutely. I mean, this is so vital today. And like you and I had that earlier discussion, there's the huge baby boomer population that is aging now. And like you said, the earlier we address this, the more aware we become of it, the better, because that's when we
Mhm.
want to start to make these steps. But you do have, what would be then the one thing, and you went through quite a few strategies there. What would you suggest would be the first step that they should take to start their journey? The first step they should start to
I
take.
would advise them to book a call with me,
Mm,
because I offer for free consultation and I treat everybody like a human being who has different needs and different objectives, so we can set up the road. But I tell you, a lot of people who come to me, they already have phenomenal lifestyles. In other words, they already, like my husband, he always exercised. He was never obese. He never overate. He eat only at the time when there is a time to eat, never in between meals. This is very important. And also, he well, his nutrition was a little bit questionable, but that is different. So we can correct that. But anyhow, he still had a problem. So while I was working with orthopedic surgeon, a professor of orthopedia, he was teaching me a lot about this, Dr. Brady, and he told me that the problem is that there is a degeneration of connective tissue. So that's why
Mm.
the joints are hurting. So if I when I said, okay, there is a degeneration of connective tissues, so what is the connective tissue buildup and why there is a degeneration? So the main three components of connective tissue is collagen, hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, and other glycosaminoglycans. So if so what is happening? We are losing about 10 to 15% every 10 years of those main components, and it starts degenerating. So I
Mm.
said, okay, so if this is the problem, what is the solution? The solution is to give back to this body those components so the body can rebuild itself. So now I'm asking a question, well, how joint replacement solves the problem? That doesn't. That's only a patch.
Mhm.
You replace one, well, but if you didn't solve that problem, then you have another joint going, and then you have your eyes, and then you have your gums, and then you have your hair, and so on, because we have that. This is a fact that we have the generation of connective tissue. So that's why this discovery that they discovered the bioidentical molecule to our own connective tissue, especially in the joints,
Mm.
which cartridge. It's like one on one. When I work with people, I can show them, that we have a mirroring, and also they optimize the size of the molecule. So the first time you drink it and you keep it under your tongue, and it goes from directly sublingually to your body, and it's going to start. The body is taking over and starts rebuilding it.
The science behind that is really what makes it so fascinating. But also, like you said, now we know what the issue is. So, how do we
Mhm.
address it? And this leads right into this liquid biocell that what it makes it's a unique, so unique compared to other collagen products on the market. So, give us some insight into this liquid biocell and how it works.
Well, this is amazing because everybody says, but I am taking collagen. Well, yes, you are taking collagen, but collagen is just one component of that connective tissue. So I am asking you, have you ever baked a cake and have only flour? Because flour is one of the components of the right cake. You need other ingredients and you have to know how they are connected. And also, this is made by nature. It's really very difficult to correct nature. So this is an optimized molecule and you can get it. So it will start rebuilding the connective tissue from inside out. So many people, I am doing a lot of lectures for people who just want to look beautiful, younger.
Mhm.
And they all very often look for the creams. Do you have any amazing cream? Yes, I have amazing cream, but you are not able to rebuild your body from outside in, even with the
Mhm.
most miracle cream. On top of it, a lot of people don't realize that every product, would it be a supplement or a cosmetic that has hyaluronic acid, doesn't work because the molecule is 400 kilodaltons or bigger. Absorption rate is between 1.5 to 2.5 kilodaltons. So it's not going to be absorbed. And it's not what you take, but what your body can absorb.
Right.
That's what counts. And people don't realize they are buying supplements and they have even no idea if those supplements are absorbable, if the body really have a need. So I just say, once I take care of the inflammation, of this rebuilding connective tissue, of the gut health and hormones, especially for women, but also for men, then we are saying, okay, and basic, strengthening also the our immune system, because stress level, we have to get stress level lower. So we have few exercises for doing that. And after this, let's test.
Mm.
Let's do biomarkers and see what really your body needs. Because, for example, in my case, I have too much vitamin D and I have
Mm.
too much of B12, believe it or not, right? And too
Mm.
much is not good either. So you have to know, and then we just do that what your body needs to optimize, and not all this. Oh, because I have heard that we need a K2. Okay, and yes, K2 is very important because it shows where the calcium is going, right, or other stuff. So we need a lot of different stuff. So if you take, like, in general, multivitamins, which are good and absorbable and with the right proportions, so really, really good, the rest we have to check what you really need. And then it's but your body also, you feel. So when there is no problem, why to solve it?
Mm.
Let's solve the problem that we have. However, that liquid biocell, what you said, that's food. So
Mm.
we, at this moment, still, we have to eat. Maybe in the future, we will not need to eat and we will be able to breathe and live forever, right? Who knows? But at this moment, the choice of food is critical,
Yeah.
because that's what our body is built of. So this one gives us something that rebuilds connective tissue. So we treat it as food. It is That's why it's no taxes in Florida or New York or Texas, because it's considered as food.
Mm.
So you choose it. When you take it, you don't have to have so many other stuffs, because you give your body a lot, a lot. And I don't know, Jane, if you know, but our cells are starting leaking fluid with
Mm.
age.
I didn't.
And yeah, and so that means that when you drink water, it is like driving a car and you have a hole in your tire.
Mm.
So no matter how much air you put, after a few miles, it will be still flat. And the same here. That's why a lot of older people are drinking a lot of water and still have problems with hydration,
Mm.
because each molecule of hyaluronic acid holds up to 1000% of its own weight of water. So it's a sponge. So when we lose hyaluronic acid, when we lose the collagen, when we lose all these basic building blocks of connective tissue, the walls of the cells are also started leaking. So we want
Mm.
to make them strong. We want to stop it. We want to stop leaky gut also, so that the things that are not digested, they don't go back to our circulation, which need to be removed from the body, and so on. So in making environment nice. So don't sleep with your telephone or your television, to have those electromagnetic, waves all the time. Give your body rest. Go for a walk. Enjoy this beautiful scenery, nature. Learn to not to worry about small things. Everything is good. Cut yourself from news. If you are getting too much involved in politics, you are going to be so stressed, because no matter what, everybody is trying to believe you that try to move you in one way or the other, and causing stress and
Hmm.
causing fear. When you are afraid, then it's really great, because your immune system is cut off, and then you are exposed to all the negativity.
Right.
So you have to be aware that you are in control, that you create your life, that you have the power to create whatever life you want to live. And the earlier you start, the better, like you said, because that's what you do at when you are 20 will show up when you're 40, 50, 60, and so on, right? So that's
Yes.
why I am making the course right now for the kids 16 to 24 about this,
Mm.
because I wish I knew this when I was 20.
Mm.
You know, and
Wonderful.
I want to know it. And again, so because why not? Why not to live and learn certain habits at that time, and implement it in your life and enjoy
Oh,
it. Travel to the end of your life. You can travel, you can meet your friends. You get up from bed with joy and not with pain.
yes. Yes, I think, like as you do, this is very vital, especially for the young people, because of the things that are in our environment, in our food, well, what they call food, which most of it is unfortunately not. The stressors of change, because change is everywhere these days. It's not just in one place; it's everywhere. But learning all those things is extremely important, especially for young people who are going to inherit this world, and hopefully make it better. Not that
Yes,
there's that, but it's all the awareness, like you said. So just to be clear, then the liquid biocell, is that a product that you take?
me
It does,
or in
yes,
general.
or in
This is
general.
This is, yes, I am taking it for sure. And if that would be one product that I have to do, and this is said my husband, it would be this one, because rebuilding connective tissue, and most of our body's connective tissue, is critical. So yes, because this is food, and then you don't have to eat that much other stuffs. It has also 13 superfruits, which are anti-inflammatory, gives you mineral. Every single superfood has clinical studies, and it has
Mm,
minerals and vitamins and so on. And it's always better to take natural, like vitamins and
yes.
minerals from the food. So this is food
Okay.
basically. And also we have resveratrol, which is very
Mm,
strong antioxidant, and the works on the cardiovascular system. And so it's a powerhouse. So I would say this is number one. And also, so if anybody wants to know more, you can go to agereversingsecret.com, and you could learn more and have there the link to basically schedule a short call with me, because there are different types of this liquid
mm,
biocell, and depending upon what they want to achieve and what is the dosage, it's I know that people who just buy it and try to use it, they very often fail.
mm.
And
Okay.
I notice this, because sometimes people buy from my link, and then they disappear without talking to me, because they have no idea what they are doing. And
Ah,
unfortunately, awareness and the consulting, which doesn't cost anything, we are just helping people to, because it doesn't require that much work. It's just little guidance. It is like you have the airplane going, but if the wind comes, you have to adjust. It is the same here. that you need to have some adjustments and maybe some additions and maybe something different, it depending upon you and your circumstances. So people
Okay.
come to me and say, I want to achieve this, and I say how quickly and how, how we do it, and then we optimize it. And so I'm working with them, and so the support is critical for results, and it's in anything.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that clarification. That's very helpful. And the generosity of you providing, your consults without charge. So in the case of, certain things, et cetera, et cetera. But thank you so much for clarifying that. And now you have something called the body transformation system. You may have already touched on that, but how does that support healthy weight loss and gut health?
Well, this is a very important, because that's what I said. That number one, we need to rebuild the good bacteria. Number two, we need to have certain lifestyle, and we are going through what exactly needs to happen. So it's not very difficult. We're choosing certain foods, which are low glycemic foods. So you can even Google low glycemic, and you know which one is the best. And you eat. Maybe I personally don't eat breakfast. I started from lunch because I exercise in the morning, so I start from lunch and dinner, and then you give the body time to rest from food. Because what happens with many times, and you eat nonstop, and they have experiments on the mice, that they have two groups of mice, and they gave them the same food, the same amount of calories, and everything the same. But one group was eating all the time, and another group was only eating the way I'm saying, right? And this group, which was only eating at the specific times, was living, I don't know exactly, but twice longer or something. So they were much better results. And the same happens with us, because imagine if you put new food before you digest the old one, it spoils, and it gives you the poison to your whole body. You have to give your body to rest, and so this is one thing. The other thing is supplements, that you have to supplement the good bacteria in your body, and then you have to get something that helps your body to. So instead of putting the hormone GLP-1 in your body, like Ozempic, that is synthetic, putting in your body, and whatever, we say give it something which is natural, which actually stimulates your body to produce GLP-1, and it really works. So, and also you have to work on your muscle tone, because very often we are losing the muscles. So we have the proteins, we have the amino acids with this, as the whole thing. And also why the biocell is phenomenal, because once you lose weight, the skin is plump. It's like and you want to tighten the skin. So the biocell helps to tighten the skin. So a lot of people who, at the beginning, especially when they are taking for joints, their friends said, "What did you do? Did you have a facelift or what?" So we say no. That's why the company didn't know that, because we have in the product only collagen 2, and in skin you have 1 and 3, right?
Mhm.
So we didn't know what happened. So what happened was they found out that our body starts generating all generation again, all collagens and
Okay.
hyaluronic acid. So then that's why it shows up on the skin and everything. So
Hmm.
I think it's fascinating. I think this is the food that your body needs. Your body, when you start drinking it, you feel your body like say thank you. I am losing it and I need it. you cannot be even allergic to it because you already
Mm,
have it in your body. That's why a lot of people ask me, if I take medication, can I take it? Yes, because you have it in your body already. So
right.
you are not putting anything extra to your body. So that's why I love it. That's why I work with it. It's not the only thing because, as I said, everybody is different. But everything I work with is empowering your own body to be optimal, to work on the optimal, be an optimal performance. Mhm.
Yes, yes,
Without being dependent upon something from outside.
yes. You're using your body's own mechanism, so to speak. Like you said, the body wants to heal itself, and I
Yeah,
totally believe that. It's just that what we do to it or lack of that, or and what we feed it or lack of that, meaning good nutrition. A lot of things that we consume, we call them food, but they're not. I call them fillers because they make you feel full, but they're not food. They're not providing any nutrition
for
for
a
your
short
body.
period of time, but not satisfied. Full, but not satisfied.
Exactly. Yes. And so, yes, when you start to become aware of all of that, then, and like you said, this is feeding your body what's naturally in there. It's giving it that extra boost or that empowerment. So yes, I think that's so vital. And like you said, it's not going to interfere with anything because it's already within you. It's just
Yes,
you're providing something to either stimulate it or to help it or to give more of. Absolutely.
exactly.
So, Doctor, if there was one thing that you would like our listeners then to take away from this conversation about age reversal and their health journey, what would it be?
They believe that you can do it,
Mm, okay.
that it really can happen to you. And no matter where you are, if you are willing to put work into your transformation, it's worth it. You can transform. You can have the fit body. You can have your age reverse. That means feel and look at least 10 years younger. You can do it. Many people have done it before you, and we have all the testimonials, and I can send it to you, or you can go and listen to them. They're on my YouTube channel. So you just believe you can, and is it worth it? You have to answer this question, because for me, absolutely. But you have to answer that question for yourself.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a big one because it is absolutely worth it for everyone. But as you said, we get preoccupied with other things that aren't as important because only when it becomes broken do we pay attention to it. And that is unfortunate because, like you
Very,
said, then there's quite a bit that has gone wrong. Not that it's not reversible, but why go there in the first place when you can feel more energetic, when you can feel more vitality, more alive and at peace, calm with your brain and your body and your spirit. I mean, all of it comes together. And wow, what a life you could live. So
exactly.
thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for that. So
Very welcome. And the
I,
most important, don't believe anybody. You know,
yeah,
check it out. Check out the knowledge.
yes. And so let our audience know where they can discover more about your services, your book, and your resources. And we will have all of this on our bio page or on our Epic Vision Zone pages as well. So just give our
Well,
audience an
at this
idea.
moment, I would say that there is a short explanation of our method in Age Reversing secret.com. And if you go there, you will have at least a short explanation with our link on the bottom of that. And the book is on Amazon. It's Biohacking, a Way to a Better You. So it will give you the basic lifestyle information about how to adjust certain things in your lifestyle for optimizing your performance. And The best thing I would say, also you can go to YouTube channel, because there is a lot of also information and also the testimonials of many people. And I am not so good in asking people to record testimonial, but they do by themselves. And I tell you,
Mm.
sometimes you will be shocked. Like the girl who had, the doctors got her through 11 orthopedic surgeries on full anesthesia. She was depressed. She was on disability. She came to us in 8 months. She was going back to work and running the stairs. And she recorded because she grabbed my microphone and she said, I need to share the story. So we have those testimonials, and people are shocked how they can get. So if they can do it, you can do it.
Yes. And also take advantage of the doctor's very generous offer to give her a call for a free consultation, because that, and we will have that available as well on the bio pages, but that is very generous and so wonderful that you offer that. I appreciate.
And
Go
please
ahead.
tell that if you book the call, please note that it is from the show, so
Oh,
that I will have a special discounts for you, when
wonderful.
now, so that it is from Jane show, and you mention it, you will have a special discount.
Thank you so much for telling us that. Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Doctor, for being here. And I have one last question because we're here on the Epic Vision Zone. If your life were an epic story, which I feel that it is, what would the title be?
Be the best you can.
Mm, perfect.
Be the best you can. That's
Yes,
what I was always trying to be the best I can. I don't
yes.
have to be better than somebody else. I have to be better version of myself than I was
Mm.
yesterday.
Yes, that is perfect. Thank you so much. And what an inspiration. Absolutely. Well, thank you again, Dr. Pajunen, for joining us here today. And once again, for information and to connect with Dr. Pajunen, go to the Epic Vision Zone bio pages where you will find all of her social media and direct contact information. And be sure to follow me on Instagram at Jane Applegath and look me up at janeapplegath.com, where you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Epic Vision Zone, also on Spotify, iTunes, and many more streaming services. Sending you much love and gratitude. This is The Epic Vision Zone, the ultimate source for extraordinary transformation.